What's up, y'all? It's your boy Hallorann, and I'm back with another YouTube video. So hey boo, hey, and I am here to talk about it. Well, Pennywise. Well, welcome to Derry, the series, actually, because this series has me in the chokehold, and I know it has a lot of people out there in the chokehold as well. And I knew it would have me in the chokehold because this is the last thing I went to go see in the movie theaters. It chapter 1 and 2, and I've always loved the book. I've always loved the TV mini movie that they had, and all that. It's always been my favorite. But I am starting off with episode 4. Listen, hear me out. I was just trying to enjoy and see what this would be giving, and it's giving everything. So I will be doing reviews on 1, 2, and 3 episodes of season 1, but number 4 got me out my chair, and I'm gonna tell you why when I get into this review. And before we get into the review of episode 4, I wanted to say, even though I haven't done my deep dive review on as a YouTube video yet for 1 through 3 episodes, you can still see my thoughts and what I was thinking as I was watching it or after I got done watching the video on my threads, on my Facebook, or on my TikTok. I do reviews after I watch the episode while it's fresh on my mind and stuff like that. But if you want to, you can follow me on any of those platforms and join the conversation. All right, y'all, and please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment if you can. I know it may seem small and that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it means a lot to me and my channel and the algorithm. It shows that people like the video and they're actually watching. It's so small to you guys, but it means so much to me. Thank you in advance. Anyway, so all right, so we get to Welcome to Derry episode 4, and it had me on the edge of my seat, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, and that's what made me want to make the review. It was everything, okay? Pennywise said, you know what, I'm clocked in today. I got time today, okay? I'm finna really show up. And also, it gave us lore, it gave us scares, it gave us symbolism, it gave us everything we needed to wrap up a few loose ends in chapter 1 of it and chapter 2 of it and everything else we've seen of the Stephen King universe that surrounds Pennywise. So let's unpack episode 4, Welcome to Derry, because there is definitely a deeper message here, and we're going to get right into it. So sit back, relax, and maybe even grab a snack. I'm Hallorann, and let's talk about it. So we start episode 4 with the kids trying to convince the police about the pictures. You know, the same pictures where Pennywise was chasing them through the damn graveyard. But of course the adults don't see what the kids see. Pennywise got this whole town under a spell. You're under spells, people. Adults stay blind, clueless, and completely useless. The adults in Derry are literally so useless. I feel like if they brought the police even proof, they would say, oh, you kids were just imagining that. That's just wind, your imaginations. But would look at Lilly and say, you trying to go to Juniper Hill? Because I think you may be tripping again. They were stressing me out with my girl Lilly, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But every 5 minutes, these adults want to threaten her with going to the loony bin. Like, haven't she been through enough? Okay, so then we move to the kids in the gym talking about maybe he's like a vampire or something because only they can see him. And honestly, that kind of checks out because Pennywise manipulates reality, time, perception, everything. He chooses who sees him and how. He is a manifester manipulator. It's just a shame because Pennywise knows how to play on their fears, because Lilly is still scared to talk because every time she opens her mouth, someone threatens her to send her to Juniper Hill. And that's how Pennywise wins. He makes the truth look like insanity. So anyway, Lilly goes to talk to Mrs. Kirsch, and listen, it's no shade, but I'm still trying to figure out who this lady daddy is, because people have been saying the real Pennywise is her daddy and she's that little clown that was at the circus, and honestly the way she acts, I believe it. because she be acting like she don't believe Lilly, but she also gives Lilly a little hints to keep going. Like, pick a side. And also, y'all know this. Also know that there is this theory going around that Mrs. Kirsch is the same one that Beverly encounters when she gets older and goes back to her old home. And also that she is the clown that was at the circus when the general was there and he got chased in the woods. So there's a theory going around. But I want her to pick a side because she's another person that's driving my girl crazy, but also a safe space. It'd be like that sometimes. I just feel like Miss Kirsch knows more than she's letting on. She's walking that weird line between denial and awareness. And in Derry, that's dangerous. You playing with these kids' life. And at the end of the day, it's all probably just a game to her if she's the female Pennywise. In the next scene, we have the kids watching an old nuclear war presentation in class. Very dark, very creepy, but I loved what was symbolized. No, not that, not just yet, but I love Maturin is always watching and protecting in the same way that Pennywise is always watching and stalking. Light and dark, order and chaos. That's the whole theme of Derry. Well, to me anyway. Now let's talk about my girl. Everybody knows her. Everybody's favorite, Charlotte Hanlon, the black mom of the century. Charlotte is nosy, and thank God she is. Her son is going through some real supernatural mess, and this is a time when you need a nosy mama bear to protect you. My baby Charlotte is my heart. She's a pure angel. Yeah, I said it. And she plays the nosy black mama so good. Like, she will tear this house up looking for what she need to look for when she know her child ain't acting right. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate that she is doing it right. She is doing it justice. And I just love everything about Charlotte Hanlon. Like, you can't tell me nothing about her. And that's why I say I'm so glad that Derry doesn't have a hold over Charlotte. When she found out what was happening to her son, she got scared, but she also got serious. She knows this town is weird and she wants her child safe and she wants her family safe and she wants to get to the bottom of things, which worries me and intrigues me about Charlotte. She then tells her husband over dinner that since he's off for the weekend, maybe him and his son should spend time together, and he decides to take his son fishing. And baby, Pennywise said, yeah, I'll come too. Pennywise shows up as the boy's dad coming from under the water, but burnt to a crisp. And it's kind of like a if you know type of thing. But that when his dad came up from that water all burnt, of course, people are saying that's from when his dad got into an accident in the army and he was burnt up all in the plane.
With you were all burnt like that picture of you after the war when he went down in that plane.
Son, you gotta relax. You're not making any sense.
It's the truth. Calm down.
But I also feel like that's a nod to, that's a nod to the black spot burning. But I don't want to give away any spoilers, but if you read the book or even seen the movie It, you know that white folks burned down the black spot, a black bar where people of color gathered. So this felt like a nod to the history of Pennywise. He loves trauma, he loves generational pain, and he weaponizes it. Well, that's at least my theory. Now let's talk about my favorite person to talk about, Charlotte. When the police tried her, she said, baby, I will call Martin Luther King Jr., JFK, RFK, and any other FKs you want if you FK with me. All right. You like I said, she always have me like, yes, girl, but also like clutching my pearls because like this is a different time. This is also Derry. Okay, so I'll be scared, but I also always will be rooting for her. Y'all know what gagged me, but also had me scared at the same time because you just never know in this era. And in Derry is when the cop said, excuse me, and she said, no, I don't think I will excuse you. I was gagged like, yes, Charlotte, because who you talking to? Not Mama Charlotte. You ain't talking to the darling Charlotte. You ain't talking to Queen Charlotte like that, and you don't think she gonna put a little stank on it, do you? Yeah, get the business clear. I love Charlotte Hanlon. Like, she can't do any wrong in my eyes. I'm sorry. So, after she gets denied access to Ronnie's dad by Sheriff Bowers, no surprise there, she goes and get a letter from his mom. And then she goes to visit him after she sasses her way past one of the guards. The police don't want her anywhere near him. That woman marched like a freedom fighter for him and didn't even know that man. All she knew is her son and his daughter got a little crush on each other. Okay. They tell him he might have to go to Shawshank. She tells him you might have to go to Shawshank, but they did violate your rights. They violate your due process, and I'm going to handle it, period. And you know, Shawshank is where the justice system goes right. So I want to know how this is going to work out. Is he going to make it to Shawshank? What's going to happen with that? And at first, when Charlotte is interrogating him or asking him questions, I'm getting so annoyed. Like, would you just tell the truth? But then the man finally tell the truth, and he was with a married white woman, a prominent married white woman in the town of Derry. And that changed my tune up real quick. And in Derry, that time period, he was right. They would have lynched him. No shade. Charlotte is trying to save him from losing his daughter, his mama, and his life. He's torn between jail or death. This is heavy stuff. Pennywise is something else. Now let's talk about Mr. Hanlon. Because his son almost drowned and something pulled him down, and he goes to Dick Hallorann because he knows Dick knows something. And honestly, I don't know why, but I feel like Will's dad has a bit of the shine in him too, because he was able to feel when Dick was roaming around his head and stuff, and I just feel like he has a bit of the shine. Now, I am a bit confused on this part, and maybe y'all can help me in the comments, but is Pennywise sending Dick visions of his grandma because he knows Dick is powerful and he's scared of Dick? Or is Dick's grandma sending him visions of herself because, you know, she had the shine too? You know, in Stephen King's universe, people with the shine are not to be played with. Think of Carrie. Think of Firestarter. Think of people like that. They're not to be played with. I'm going to just say this. Dick is low-key scary when he goes into someone's mind. He low-key gives Pennywise vibes. When he smiled, it just made my bones chill, and it just creeped me out so bad. And I love Dick. He's one of my favorite characters in Stephen King's universe. He's very powerful. But yeah, it just felt like he would eat your soul. Like, it gave Pennywise vibes. I don't know if Pennywise took over his mind at that point, because Pennywise wants to find out where the pillars are. But I'm not finna spoil. But I'm just saying, I have a theory, but I'm gonna get into that on another video. Then we get to the best part of the episode, the Indigenous lore. We find out Pennywise was encased in a star-like prison from the sky, probably Maturin's doing. The tribe had these shards they used to protect themselves from him. Pennywise was shapeshifting into animals, monsters, spirits, anything, and then they pulled out those shards. He ran. So now I'm wondering, can those shards actually stab him? Could they unalive him? Because listen, if those shards can penetrate it, bingo, we got action and we got business going. Let's get it together. Let's pick all these shards up and just let them have it. So now we move on to the kids figuring out. I forgot to say, the kids did end up Will, because he's so smart, figuring out that Pennywise likes them because when they're scared, adrenaline runs through their body, which makes them basically seasoned. That was crazy that he figured that out. Lilly brought emotional suppressing pills, probably Adderall or something similar, and tries to take the edge off with her mommy's happy time mommy pills. That just made me laugh for some reason. I don't know why. Now let's talk about the one everyone loves to hate, the wannabe mean girl but doesn't really cut the cake. Let's talk about Margaret. Thick glasses. I'm sorry, but I'm glad Pennywise got her. I'm GLAD glad that Pennywise got her, because why are you bothering Lilly? Lilly has real problems. Pennywise is literally after her, little girl. Do you not understand that everybody is trying to throw her into Juniper Hill every chance that they get? Like, come on. And it's no shade to Margaret, because, you know, she's just a character at the end of the day. But how you funny looking and mean? Like, you got to pick a struggle, boo. You want a real friend like Lilly that really got your back, or you want to be friends with the patty stanks? It's up to you, girl. I want real friendship, like real sisterhood. You know what I mean? And it wasn't given that with her. But Pennywise has something for her. Pennywise saw that she was scared of those Parasite Eyes videos, and baby, he used that to his advantage. She started clawing at her eyes, sawing at her eyes, beating her eyes. Students ran in, and now it looks like Lilly is going straight to Juniper Hill. And this what I'll be talking about. At the end of the day, all Lilly was trying to do was be a good friend while you was trying to pull a prank on her, and she ends up with the shit end of the stick. dick. That's what I be talking about. Like, it just makes me so upset. Like, Pennywise is so evil. So episode 4 was crazy. We got racial horror, indigenous lore, shining crossovers, Pennywise transformations, and the best black mother on TV in my eyes. Pennywise is getting stronger, Maturin is watching, Dick is about to snap, and Lilly is about to be in trouble again. And maybe a one-way ticket to Juniper Hill. Hopefully not, though. So episode 5, I'm waiting on you because this season is eating. Also, can you guys like, comment, and share and tell me something that you guys noticed that I maybe had missed? What's your favorite part of this episode, and who is your favorite character so far? Mine is the Hanlon family, and really it's Charlotte, and I like Will too, but Charlotte is my girl, okay? I am rooting for Charlotte and everything that has something to do with her. But this has been my review. I'm AGAIN Milan, and I will be posting my review for 1 through 3 throughout the week. So look out for that. You can follow me on all different type of platforms if you just miss me and want to see me and hear from me more. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. All right, boo. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll holla.